In August 1991, Capcom released their second ever Street Fighter game. This Street Fighter game played a massive part in fighting game history because it was the first ever fighting game to have a combo. A combo is a move that can be stringed together with another move in order to make an attack. Originally, the combo was a bug that they found and never thought to patch out, and since then has been kept in every single Street Fighter game and every single fighting game since. Although combos in fighting games are really important, they cannot be more important than neutral play. According to the Fighting Game Glossary, quote, "The stage of a fight where neither player is blocking or getting hit by anything, and you are trying to figure out the best way to start or continue your game plan." End quote. Footsies is also really important in neutral play. Footsies is when two players try to maintain spacing from one another by using kicks and pokes and walking back and forth kind of thing. It is this tense moment in a fighting game that really sells the genre for me. That and also the ridiculously long combos some games have. The first ever fighting game I ever played was a game called Sonic the Fighters. It was a game that got ported into the Xbox 360 in 2012, and I played it at my grandmother's. I did not own the game, as I did not have an Xbox 360. That was until I did get an Xbox 360, and I got Soul Calibur 4. I only really found interest in Soul Calibur 4 because it had Yoda, Darth Vader, Starkiller, but I stayed around because it had the same character customizations as my favourite LEGO games, LEGO Marvel Super Heroes and LEGO Batman 2, arguably the best in the series. Fight me. Played that for a little bit on and off until I got myself an Xbox One. And I've got Brawlhalla, Rivals of Aether, Multiverses, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Guilty Gear Strive, every arcade Street Fighter, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle Remastered, and that's it. Every game has its own unique playstyle, and if they didn't, they would be very boring. And in order to differentiate different playstyles, each character needs to have their own unique tools. These tools, combined with other tools, can build what's called an archetype. According to the Fighting Game Glossary, an archetype is, quote, "a way to categorize a character's general playstyle based on their best moves," end quote. A good example is in first-person shooters when someone has a sniper and someone has a shotgun. Both a sniper and a shotgun can kill really fast but have completely different styles of playing. For example, the sniper is used at long range with high accuracy, and the shotgun is used at close range with low accuracy. Does this make the sniper better? Yes. In some cases, the shotgun and sniper are equal. For example, the game Overwatch, with Widowmaker and Reaper doing very similar damage from their own respective ranges. What differentiates these characters are their abilities. Reaper has a teleport and an invincibility ability. Widowmaker, on the other hand, has a poison mine and a grappling hook to get away from people and to keep other people away from her. She also has this charge ability on her sniper that the longer she aims for, the more damage the sniper does. Another character that has this ability is Sniper from Team Fortress 2. In order to combat these two different characters, you need to approach them in different ways. For a Reaper to kill a Widowmaker, he needs to use all of his tools to get as close as he can, and to avoid Widowmaker's snipes and her poison mine ability. For Widowmaker to defeat a Reaper, she needs to keep her distance, and potentially grapple hook away whenever he gets too close. What this teaches us about fighting games is that we need to see what our opponent's weaknesses are, and how to exploit them to win. These characters can be put into archetypes. For example, the shotgunner can be put into the rushdown archetype, and the sniper could be put into the zoner archetype. But these aren't the only archetypes in fighting games, but we have the grappler, the all-rounder, and the footsies archetype. First you have the zoners. These characters are really good at keeping distance from their opponent and controlling the stage. These characters include Meester from JoJo All-Star Battle R and Axel Lowe from Guilty Gear. Next are the rushdowns, who are really good at infiltrating people's defenses and are really good with mix-ups. These are usually very dangerous opponents to be facing off against as a zoner. These characters could be Giovanna or Jotaro from JoJo All-Star Battle. Next are the grappler archetype. These characters primarily use command grabs or just really powerful attacks to punish those who get too close to them. These characters include Potemkin from Guilty Gear and Alex from Street Fighter Third Strike. Next you have the all-rounder. These characters will usually have an ability of all three of the archetypes I've previously mentioned, and are usually a really good starting character. For example, we have Ryu and Ken from Street Fighter. Lastly, we have the footsie archetype. These characters are really good at footsie range and excel at footsies. An example of this archetype is Chun-Li from Street Fighter. To go with these archetypes, we have traits. These traits include big body, puppet, glass cannon, wrecker, stance, and unorthodox. A big body character is just a character with a large hitbox, for example Potemkin from Guilty Gear. These characters will primarily be grapplers, but they can be any other archetype. Next is the puppet archetype. These characters will control a second character, and are usually really difficult to play. Characters from this trait include Zato-1 from Guilty Gear. Next we have the glass cannon. These characters are really powerful in terms of damage, but have really low health. Characters in this trait include Ikuru Hashizawa from JoJo All-Star Battle Hour, my least favorite character. Next we have the Rekka characters, whose special moves link with one another. An example of this is Lisa from All-Star Battle Hour. We have the Stance character, a character whose abilities and fighting style will change depending on a movement or input. Characters in this trait include Leo Whitefang from Guilty Gear. And lastly we have unorthodox characters. These will be joke characters who move really weirdly and look really odd. Character in this trait is Faust from Guilty Gear. Having a ton of characters with different archetypes and traits make a very unique game, and that's why these games are so appealing to a broader audience. What you just saw was Evo Moment 37, arguably one of the most important and iconic moments in fighting game history. What happened in this clip was Daigo Umehara fought against Justin Wong, and as you saw, he was very, very low on health. The moment is incredible, and the crowd's reaction is just even more so. In 2016, Filipino Champ played in a Winter Brawl X tournament, where he came across Kane Blue River. In their first battle, Filipino Champ defeated Kane Blue River and was not very kind about it. Unfortunately for Filipino Champ, he came across Kane Blue River again in the Grand Finals, and the story was different than what it was before.
There we go. Oh, you missed your flight! Woo! Woo!
Oh my goodness. Oh.
No, not like this, not like this, not like this. You can live, you can block it, you can block it. Ryan! We're getting meter.
Hardy, har.
Okay, we're level 5. We got 5. He has no X factor.
He's gonna have to do it.
Don't burn it.
He's gonna have to do it.
Gee, Ryan, no! Oh, he's dead! Oh my gosh! Kane Blue River, wow!
It's these moments in fighting games that I find really cool and that make me really happy to be a part of the community. I know there are other esports that have similar moments to these, but it's the one-on-one aspect of fighting games that make it feel more real and more enjoyable to watch. The fast-paced aspect reminds me of bullet chess, where two sides of the board are testing each other's speed and skills to think on the fly. Another thing of fighting games is that your progress feels really deserved. Any progress you make, learning a new combo, learning neutrals, learning a new character entirely, it feels really deserved when you finally get to pull off and win against someone else. It also feels really cool to just destroy someone, demoralize, kill, destroy.